Enjoy this free preview from MyOutdoorTV. With the largest library of outdoor shows, we're the home of the adventurous, the champions, the legends. MyOutdoorTV. Try us free.
I wasn't sure what to expect of this season, coming off of taking my biggest bull last year. Oh my God, dude. This is what you dream about right here. Just trying to take it in best I can. As hunters, I think it's perfectly natural for us to evolve. Try to do a little bit better than we did the year before. Trying to top what I had done last year seemed next to impossible. I knew the game was going to evolve from here, but I didn't exactly know how. And this season, I was going to find out.
Fresh out the boat in the promised land, 24 hours, got a gun in my hand.
For me, my elk season truly starts out here in my field, dreaming of what this upcoming season might bring, in testing my gear for the year. I always try to picture the bull that I'm hunting in my mind out here. This is really where it all begins.
Paid me silver to fix it with lead. Vultures circling overhead, there's a number to mind their song.
Now, I had been down here scouting in the preseason, and based on what I had seen while I was here, I was feeling confident there would be some big bulls running around. Typically, my first day in camp is spent running around, checking the trail cams I had left there in the preseason, trying to get a gauge of what's moved through from the time I had been there last. From there, I like to hunt the fringes of my area, to just sit back and observe what the elk are doing. Where are the elk feeding? Where are they bedding? Where are they getting water? And most importantly, where's the biggest one in the area?
Ever on the run, never look back, son. You live by the gun and you're gonna die young.
Trying to bounce around to as many areas as possible here in the beginning of the hunt. Not dig in too much in any one spot. We know there's elk around. It's just a matter of finding the right bull in the right place and then making a plan and moving in. So, saw some good bulls this morning. Biggest one, though, we couldn't go after. He was on property we couldn't hunt. But I do feel good. It's only a matter of time here. Just gotta keep moving around.
small hit of dopamine floods in my bloodstream. A notification calls me to act now. Constant distractions divert my attention to the fact that I'm no longer happy somehow. The media.
We knew from watching the bull go into the timber that morning about where we figured he'd come out to either go to feed or water. The only problem is, in this open country, there's only so many spots to hide, and when the wind doesn't line up just right, there's only so much you can do, or only so close you can get. And if you spook these open country elk, it'll likely be at least 10 days before you'll see that herd in this area again. It's a delicate dance. My plan was to just keep working the wind and flank the herd and try to just keep closing the distance a few yards at a time, and hopefully get within bow range before the herd got too far out into the open. One of the other challenges of hunting this big open country is the ability to move once the elk get close. If you don't pick exactly where you need to be out here in the wide open, there's no ability to move once you realized you're not on the mark. But I always do my best to never let them know I'm there. One of my biggest pet peeves while hunting elk is spooking elk.
I just heard one like sniff or like sneeze right up here. Bull's coming out on the left side.
The moment this bull stepped out, I knew he was a next level bull, worth spending this September chasing, and with my freezer full from last hunting season, I could afford to be patient.
God dang, that's a good bull.
But I could already tell this wasn't going to be easy.
Yeah, he's a big bull. There's a chance they'll drift through here, but
I've found through the years that when it comes to pinpointing and hunting only the biggest bulls out here, calling in the open country can be tough, especially on a bull that already has a herd of cows of this size. Not only can they see from a long distance away where the calls are coming from, but when a herd bull has cows, he's got no reason to risk it.
holy cow. He's actually at 8 by 7. Keep coming, girl. No. No. Dang it. Well, now is she gonna angle to that water?
Like most big herd bulls, no matter where they are or how many cows they have, you start to figure out how they operate and why they do what they do. Every little movement is calculated, and the more you try to dig in, the more you realize how hard it really is.
Well, I don't know what we really could have done much different. I mean, we were set up, had bulls bugling either side of us. Thought this was going to work out because the elk we had seen before came over and went into that water.
Where the pavement ends, on X begins.
That confirmed that is an absolute giant bull. He's actually an 8 by 7, and as pretty a bull elk as you're ever gonna see. Just an absolute next level bull. I've never seen that bull. I have no pictures. Now we're completely out of it, and there's still an hour at least left, a good light. Whew, that was a big dog. Man, that was so pretty when he was going around the hill right there. His antlers were all lit up, and whew, that's what you dream of. They're way down there. They seem like they're going this way.
Once I determine where the bull is I want to hunt, then I focus in specifically on that area and start to sort of micro break it down. Where does the bull make mistakes? Does he make mistakes? Is there a place to set up where he drinks water? Is there a place to sneak in on him where he beds?
He's literally behind.
Different wind directions yield different elk movements, and I've learned to adjust with that.
He was just on the outskirts, never presented a great shot. Yeah, that was a pretty bull. Took him from alarm barking at us to calling him in, which is a good feeling. They start barking at you, normally it's just game over. He just did it again. It was game over, bud.
I continued to play cat and mouse with this bull, off and on, as the days continued to pass. Some days I'd find him, and some days I wouldn't. But after seeing him, he was the bull I wanted.
Just couldn't seal that last little 30, 40 yards. It's a nice antler. Well, it's our last morning here for the time being. So we're just heading in. The elk are right where we were hoping they'd be. We just need the wind to cooperate, and we should be able to, get fairly close.
Where the pavement ends, on X begins. As we moved in on the bugling, I just kept creeping in as close as I could to where I heard the bugling coming from the last time. I could see elk bodies moving through the timber and started to get pretty excited until I realized it was just two small bulls messing around in the timber. The herd bulls were still yet to be seen, but were right here close. The problem is, if you spook the little ones, you spook the big ones too, and then the whole herd goes. We ended up super close, until one of the herd bull's cows ended up catching our scent in the swirling wind. We were close, but just not close enough.
Well, not much we can do at this point.
I knew coming into this season that it was going to be different and hard trying to follow up last season and hunt only the biggest bull I could find. We had had an incredible past 10 days of chasing elk and had been so close so many times. I was loving it, and even though I could feel myself starting to get frustrated that we couldn't catch a break, I wanted this challenge, and I wouldn't have it any other way. I was excited to get home and see my boys, watch some football, and relax a bit. I found that as hard as it can be for me to leave a hunt at the peak of the season, it's always exactly what I needed to reset and be that much better when I'm standing right back here. And this hunt is still far from over.
Ever on the run, never look back, son. You live by the gun and you're gonna die young.